welcome to last year's studio. I apologise for being away from the channel for a while. The end of 2020 was absolutely chaotic. After Oiltober and all the mayhem of making those pieces one day after another, everything exploded. I had commissions I had to finish before Christmas. I had different projects here and there, and my studio just became a dumping ground. Big reason that it ended up in this chaotic mess is because we knew that we were going to move out again at the end of 2020. My husband and I looked for a new rental just for ourselves. We were previously living with two housemates, still love them to death, absolutely, but we were ready for a space, just the two of us again. It's been about 4 years since we've lived just the two of us, and even then that was out in country Victoria, and now we've found finally a little place that we can rent and take care of here in Melbourne with just us. And good news, we got the house we wanted. And here is my new studio. It's just a standard bedroom, but it has a ceiling fan, it has a beautiful curtain, and it's one big room just for me. To set up the studio, we had a few basics that we had to organise. I decided to keep the one giant bookshelf in the room. I have industrial carpet tiles that I use to protect the carpet in the rental, so this way obviously everything I do isn't on the actual carpet of the floor. And then it was a matter of moving all the stuff in. And believe me when I say that wasn't all the stuff that goes into the studio. Day 2. Where do you even start? After getting a whole bunch of the boxes in, my first thing was to set up my computer with my new screen. You'll see a bit more about that later. And get the last pieces of furniture in, my easel and the painting trolley. Once I had the main parts in there, I did decide to change up my desk a little bit with one extra piece of IKEA klimping. So this cabinet here normally is a bookshelf cabinet that you can use as an extra leg rather than one of the drawer units, but I decided to leave it open so I could put the body of my computer, the CPU, in the leg of the desk rather than having it on the surface, giving myself more desk space. This room also came with a 2-door wardrobe, so that gave me heaps of room for storage for both artworks and materials. As you can see here, I have a few of them. The top of the wardrobe's also huge, so I've fit heaps of stuff up there. Next stop was the bookshelf. I am definitely a bit of a book hoarder. I love my reference books and things like that in the studio. I have some favourites. Beautiful Bazaar magazine is one of my favourites. So I've got some editions of that there that I'm finding while I unpack. I decided to attempt the rainbow bookshelf on the top level, which is something you see a lot of people do where they set up the books in colour order. But yeah, varying degrees of success because a lot of my books are black. Chromatopia I refound, one of my favourite books. It's actually by Language Oil Paints, and it's on the history of a whole lot of different pigments. Let me know if you'd like a bit more of a book tour here on the channel. I have a whole lot of books that I'm absolutely passionate about, so I'd be happy to go through a few more of my favourites. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like something like that. But yeah, I very quickly almost ran out of space, so I might need to do a cull as well. We're getting there. As you can see, the bookshelf's starting to get very full. I've found more and more boxes of my books. So that was one big area sort of done. Now to sort out this chaos. Most of these things were my sculptures and items and sort of, I wouldn't call them knickknacks, but all of my studio trimmings, my favourite objects, still life objects, a whole collection of skulls, a whole drawer full of nail polish for when I'm not feeling like normal painting.
Okay, so yesterday was fucking huge and I got heaps done Look at this little shelving unit that we just got to fit in the corner. We've got a whole bunch of stuff up there now. I want her to go on the wall. We're not there yet. Bookshelf is pretty much chockers. Completely full of stuff. And I've still got all this stuff on the floor to deal with. I'm just moving the mess around the floor, really. Cupboard's looking better. And then I've got all this to deal with. So the mess pile is moving, but it's getting smaller.
And I'm still finding books. Where am I finding more books? Surely that is all the books. Those little drawers you can see there are my paintbrush drawers, and that set there, I'm so glad it fit, is my long handled paintbrush drawers. So it's nice to keep it all organised. This of course is my beautiful painting trolley, and I absolutely love filling it up with all the oil paints. Look at this box. It weighed a ton carrying that thing, but oh, they are all safe and sound. That box was actually a wine box. Surprisingly good for oil paints. Who knew? Okay, I told you we were coming back to the computer screen. This is the before, how the new monitor looks, and this is the after. Isn't it beautiful? So this is my new screen. I've been using a TV for the past year and it's been a bit hard on my eyes, so now we've changed to an actual monitor. But as well as that, I got an early birthday present, which I'm very excited about. So now I can actually move my screen to wherever I'm painting using this cool arm attachment by there goes something. I'll put it up on the screen when you do this. But the other exciting thing is I can actually turn my monitor so that I can see reference pictures as easily as possible, especially because I work in portrait so often. So if we just simply go sideways, you can see there how big and nicely I can now get into the images and really see what I'm trying to do and get all the details while I'm painting. Now we're just gotta do some finishing touches on the studio and get the easel in. Now this is a part of the unpacking I absolutely love, is setting up all my different artworks. Over the years, I've tried to commit to buying more original artworks from artists I absolutely love, and it's ended up a little theme that a lot of artists I love paint eyeballs. So I'm putting the names of all the different artists up on the screen. Please check them out. They do some stunning works, and yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing to grow my little collection of eyes over the years. I also get to put some of my own works on the walls, and getting some of these guys out of the bubble wrap, out of storage, just feels so good. Having wall space to keep things up and keeping an eye on me while I paint. I absolutely love having my work around me. And other things like my little skulls. These final touches really start to make it feel like home. Also, if you were wondering, this little cabinet has my original skull in it. That poor dear who broke all her teeth when she fell off the table. You gotta put something cool in a little cabinet like that. I also own way too many sketchbooks. One final feature I really love about this new studio is I can actually see the sky from my window. In last year's 2020 studio, I had a beautiful bush in front, and as much as it was lovely to see that flower, seeing the sky and seeing the clouds, oh, it's gorgeous. I'm absolutely loving it. It's already feeling like home. Having all my things out, accessible, ready to use, practical. I'm really, really happy with this setup, and I think the light and the space is just going to be amazing with this year going forward. I can't wait to make work in here. Thanks so much for joining me. Please hit subscribe to catch up with all my painting. I'll be uploading once a fortnight approximately this year. I'm going to take the load off a bit and let myself upload as naturally. So thanks again for joining me and have a great day. See you next time.